G-thoughtz.
Wherefore art thou? Wherefore art thou?
In life, there are many paths, but there are not paths least taken or most taken, especially not by you. You only take one path, yours. And if you take it all the way through, that's essentially your orbit. It's what connects your X to your Z. Who you are with what you're meant to be or where you're meant to go, the totality of your experience. What connects them is a straight line, the Y, if you will. If you always follow your true path and stick to your orbit, pulling you through that path, you will always get to your Z, your intended destination. The Y is merely the embellishment, any impediments that get in the way. And if you're always locked in to your Z, the mission that you're meant to accomplish or fulfill, you could say that the Y is irrelevant, so long as you keep it that way and you do not allow it to be an impediment in your journey to your Z. One of the most misunderstood and completely misread poems that I've ever heard is Robert Frost's The Road Less Traveled. It's been uttered incessantly over the years at just about every high school commencement. I know it was uttered at mine back in 1995, Danbury High School. I'll never forget it, listening to it, and even at that time, questioning what the poem was really telling us. I know that the young lady that was uttering it had all the best intentions. She was intelligent. She totally understood what she was trying to convey. Something about being courageous and being able to take chances, to take the road least traveled by, where others take the one that's most traveled by, the safest, like sheep, like they're doing what they're told, where she was advising or advocating that you use your heart and your gut and take the one that brings you to some place that no one else is willing to go, with courage and determination, something like that. I'm not trying to get into her head or add any extra intention than what she really had at that moment on that fateful, hot summer day. But as I sat there baking in the sun, listening to that poem for the bajillionth time, it started to hit me that Frost, from his grave, would have been sneering and chuckling to himself, yet again, listening to yet another young, impressionable, wonderful young adult with great intentions falling for his trap. Frost's poem is a trap. It talks about the trap that we all fall into in life. Let me just come out and say it. Or better yet, let me ask you the question. Which path did Frost take? I'll let you think about it for a second. If you said the road less traveled, you're right and you're also wrong. Or better yet, scientifically, it's not provable. It's uncertain. It's not plausible for you to come up with a definitive conclusion, because he litters the poem with all sorts of things that veer you off course. It allows you to fall into traps, little potholes of thought. He tells you the whole time, both paths are equally traveled. He literally tells you that essentially there hasn't been a step on either one, because those are the paths that lie before him. He hasn't taken either of them. And none of them are less traveled or more traveled because they're the only one he's traveling and he hasn't made that decision yet. And at the end of the day, if you read the poem for what it literally tells you, not what you bring to it and what you put in it, he saves the choice for another day. He leaves it unbothered. But he gives you just enough rope for you to do one of two things. You either use the rope to get yourself back out of that decision. In other words, to lay the rope down to mark your trail, or to hang yourself with your own self-aggrandizement and, I guess, courage that you provide saying, I'm going to do that. I'm going to take the road less traveled. Well, what if that road less traveled is right off a cliff? The proverbial, if everyone jumps off a bridge, would you too? Or would you as well? Well, if nobody's jumping off a bridge, then the one least traveled is off the bridge. I don't think that's what Frost is saying, but that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what everyone else does. That's the true message here. It matters where you are and where you need to go. What lies in between is a straight line connecting you to your fate. Whether it's 2 paths or 10, there's only one you will take once you have the courage to make that decision. It's Schrodinger's cat all over again. It's both paths until you open the box. It's both possibilities at once until you make the decision. Then there was no 2 paths, or there were no 2 paths. There's only one, yours. So I wrote a poem in response to Frost's. It's called, Are We Out of the Woods? I won't go into detail about the specifics of what I'm trying to convey, but I think you already have a clue. I'll give you a framework for you to understand it. It's no different than Frost's. You have choices. You make them every day. Or better yet, you have decisions in front of you. Whether or not you make them is up to you. But the thing is, once you do, there was no other choice, just the one you took that leads you to your Z. And my poem is about that, the X and the Z, and what connects it together, one straight line. You could either choose to be a catalyst for love or an impediment to it. If I replace love with Z and a catalyst with a direct path to, then your choices either lead directly as a path to your Z or as impediments to it. You either walk towards your fate or you walk someplace else. Well, if you just listen to what I said, it's the same path. It's whether you get to accomplish your mission or not. I'll leave that there. Just like Frost said, he took the path least traveled, and that made all the difference. I asked the question least asked, and it was this: are we out of the woods? And that answer makes all the difference.